What's up, guys? Coming at you from Tijuana, back in Tijuana. I just got back. We just got back from vacation. We were there in Yucatan and Quintana Roo for like a week and a half. That was our vacation, our September vacation, because we take vacations in February and in September. So we're back. You know, everybody knows this feeling. You know, when you go on vacation and you come back, you're like, man, reality. Reality hits you. It's like, oh Lord, as soon as you're landing in your city, you're like, here we go, back to the grind. And then you remember all the prettiness and the lifestyle that you were living for like a week and a half, and then you're coming back to reality. But that's life, huh? And it sucks sometimes, but it is what it is. But here we are back in Tijuana and starting our daily grind. You know, my wife, fortunately, she has a 9 to 5, so she goes straight back to work. Me, I gotta get the grind on and start doing all the marketing and everything for my business. Because I do, it's a tattoo shop, so I gotta get back on the grind and get my work out there. To get some work again. And that's what I gotta do. I gotta work today. I got an appointment, so that's great. We're starting off good. But yeah, one of the things that comes to mind is that when I was in Yucatan and Quintana Roo, now coming back to TJ and you see your city for what it is, and you look at it and you're like, yikes, like my city is ugly. My city is horrible. I like to call it Iraq. Tijuana, Iraq, it's ugly. But I go to these other states because I travel so much, and then I'm like, oh my God, these places are so well kept. They're so pretty. They have so many nice places to go to. And then here we are in Tijuana. It's nothing like that. And I was amazed. I was seriously amazed at how pretty Yucatan is. Me and my wife has family in there in Yucatan, and I was telling her, we were telling the family that we plan to retire over there, within the next 6 years or so. So that'll be nice. Beautiful out there. It's amazing. It's so modern. I was like in awe. I see a lot of YouTubers who have content about Yucatan and Merida, and they say all these nice things about it, and it is true. It's so true, because once you go there, you're like, wow, it's pretty. There's so many nice things about it. And even the bad areas of Merida, the lesser quality areas, the more humble places, even then, sometimes I'm like, well, I wouldn't mind living here, So it is well-rounded. It's pretty good. They take care of the city. I gotta give it to them. They really invest as much as they can in that city, and so it's pretty. And then you go off to the coast where all the beachfront homes are, and you're like in awe, like, I want to live here. I don't know if we would, because I'm kind of scared of living by the ocean, and then all the maintenance you got to do on a home. But it's beautiful, and it's affordable. I think we can do it. I think if we were to sell our home here in Tijuana, we'd live pretty good over there. We could do pretty well. So that's something that's coming up within the next 5-6 years. My wife plans to retire early, because like I tell her, like, most people retire really late, and then by the time they retire, they don't really have much energy or health, to do a lot of the things. They're basically just, at the end of life, trying to make it. So it's kind of a good thing to try to retire early and figure it out, even if you have to work a part-time job or something to make it happen, before you get your retirement, So I think that's our plan, and we're gonna make that happen. I really want to move over there. It's supposed to be one of the safest cities, or the safest states in Mexico. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to like living comfortable and not have worries and not think about anything else, but just living life and enjoying life in a lush green environment, which it is. The only bad thing about it is that I didn't even go in peak season of summer, but in September it was humid. It was really hot, and I was sweating all the time. I was all sweaty all the time. I couldn't believe it. But I guess you got to get used to that. But once the AC kicks in, wherever you're staying at, then it's all good. After that, you'll be okay. So that's the only issue. But I guess you adapt to that. I guess by the end of our vacation, I was pretty well adapted to that. We spent most of our time in an island. After we visited the family, we spent our time in Holbox. And that's the first time we've been there. And oh my God, of all the places that we've been to, that place right there is a hidden gem. If you guys plan to go out there to Holbox, oh man, or Cancun and those areas, just plan a trip to Holbox. You won't regret it. It's beautiful out there. Even stay there a few nights, get the feel for it, and you'll really love it and enjoy it. It was amazing. It was kind of like being in Gilligan's Island type of deal, like secluded from everywhere else, and everything was like just dirt roads, and even the downtown area had dirt roads, because I guess there's no concrete, or you can't have concrete because of when it rains and stuff like that. But it was beautiful. And the place that we stood in, everything was beautiful. We were like beachfront, so we just had to walk from where we stayed at, the hotel that we stayed at, or Airbnb, whatever it was. We just had to walk like a minute to get to the beach, and then we just go and lounge out all day long by the beach with the waiter bringing us whatever we wanted. It was wonderful. My wife always wanted a vacation where she didn't have to do much. And that's basically what happened. We didn't do nothing but just relax and kick back and drink a little bit here and eat a little bit here. And that was wonderful. First time ever that we kind of just enjoyed the vacation and didn't do much. Because typically our vacations are just about like exploring, going from place to place. That's what our vacations are usually like. And this time it was just relaxing. So I do recommend that you guys do that, to go to Holbox and just relax and enjoy the beach. And it's wonderful. Yeah, but here we are, another day. Let's get some money to earn for our next vacation, which is expensive. I know vacations are expensive, and we're so blessed to be able to do this, a couple times a year. I know it's really hard for most families, but we're blessed enough to be able to do this, and I'm grateful for that opportunity, so this lady right here. Anyhow, yeah, we're blessed to be able to have these vacations. I think about how much money is spent on a vacation. It's kind of somewhere around $5,000, so it is pricey, I mean, to have a nice vacation, we're not having to budget, and that's our type of vacation. So we are blessed, and grateful that we can save all year long and make it happen, So yeah, guys, so we're back at work, and we gotta get this money. We gotta start making a living again and get this business back on the grind. You get so comfortable on a vacation, then you get back here, you're like, oh my goodness, here we go. But it's gotta be. If you don't work, you don't eat, especially here in Mexico. If you don't work, you don't eat. There's no government assistance here. There's no food program, there's none of that, so we have to work and make it happen. But yeah, it's so dark. Look at me, I'm so dark. My wife was cracking up. She was telling me that I was starting to blend in with the locals over there because they're in the sun all day, and I was wearing this rash guard shirt, like the swimming shirt, kind of like that the workers wear with the long sleeve when they go swimming. And I was starting to look like them, because I was all dark. She was like, man, you're blending in. And I was like, that's good. That way they don't try to take advantage of us and overcharge us on things, So that was a good thing. But I'm already peeling. My skin is all peeling from my back, my chest. So we're coming back to our true color, which is not that much lighter anyways. So anyhow, guys, you know, I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to be posting my regular stuff. So I hope that you subscribe if you haven't, and I hope that you like this video, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you.